welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is officially probably the first time I'm actually vlogging during Sturgis, and we're actually headed into the weekend. So I feel like Sturgis is maybe kind of starting to calm down a little bit. We'll find out. We're heading into town right now. Going to be going down to Lizelle. I don't know what it is. I just haven't been in a actual talking mood during this entire trip. Just been kind of soaking it all in and just kind of existing in the moment. Currently, Jess and I are actually headed to Deadwood because we're going to ride some LiveWire Del Mars. Kind of excited to do that. But I figured I'd record a little bit of the commute in, show a little bit of the town. It's a little windy today. We were thinking about going up to Devil's Tower, but it's like 20-mile-per-hour winds all day today and tomorrow. And I just wasn't sure if I really wanted to fight with that for the entire day on a Sportster. I don't know. I probably would have been okay, but there's so many other things to do in town. So if you've seen my last couple of videos, you can kind of tell, like, I went to a couple Sportster shows. Especially if you follow me on Instagram, I've been posting more up-to-date current events on there. Did a couple meet and greets. Well, not just me. It was kind of like group meet and greets. It's crazy, the transformation of this town, because when we were here for the ADV Fest, this was like so easy to go through, and then they went through and added stoplights and stop signs at like every intersection, and now it takes a little bit to get through. But yeah, I don't know, this whole event, like, everyone told me how big of an event it is and how crazy it is, and the only thing I have to really compare it to is like Laconia. And I mean, yeah, it's a big rally, but I don't know. It's kind of crazy. And I really haven't explored the other towns yet. Everyone says it's actually like every town all around this place. So I kept comparing it to Laconia and how spread out it was, and they're like, no, it's not just like the town of Sturgis. It's every town is having their own event. So on that scale, yeah, I guess it is a lot bigger than Laconia, but like just Sturgis itself, it's not bad. I was hoping to find a lot more merch or stuff to buy, but it's like every tent kind of has the same stuff. Like, it's just the same stuff sold over and over and over again. So So yeah, that was basically all of Lizelle. It wasn't even Main Street. Main Street's pretty crowded, actually. I think I have a little bit of footage I'll try to drop in. So I guess as we're making our way to Deadwood, I can kind of talk about the overall experience so far at the Buffalo Chip. We've been here now pushing, I think, 3 weeks at the Chip. The first week was kind of rough because we didn't really have anything available, like sewage or anything for the camper. That didn't really start until a week later. And then we had like heavy rain that came through, and that really kind of threw a wrench in a lot of the stuff. Like the bikes were stuck for a couple of days. The truck was the only way we were getting out. But I mean, luckily that kind of stopped raining and the sun came out and everything dried up pretty good. It's been interesting, and we went to a concert, got to experience a wedding on stage. That was pretty funny. see the weirdest things. I mean, this is definitely like, you get out of it what you want out of it, kind of like. And I mean, if you guys know me, I'm pretty reserved mostly, so I've just been kind of like along for the ride, because it's been every night there's parties till 2 a.m. I mean, we'll get woken up to side-by-sides towing trailers with tiki huts on the back with sound systems blaring music at 2 o'clock in the morning. But it just is what it is. Like, you're along for the ride and you just gotta go with it. But it's been, I don't know, it's been fun, but at the same time it's also like, it's different. I can't say it's a bad experience, but it's an experience. There's always something to do. It's kind of amazing. Like, the Buffalo Chip has like events scheduled all day, every day. There's always something going on. And then on top of that, it's like there's just bike shows everywhere. There's rides everywhere. Like, it really is, you get out of it what you put forward. Like last night, Jess and I randomly found out that there was a drag race right down the road from us outside Glencoe. And that was fun. Like, I didn't film anything. I think Jess posted some stuff on her stories. But it was totally wild, because it was like, I think Baker, the transmission or clutch shop, they rented out the whole drag strip. And you just run what you brought. Like, there's everything from choppers to trikes, some boss hosses were there. Somebody ran a Vespa. But what really just blew us away was the first race right off the bat was a Hayabusa and a Turbo Road King. And I'll tell you what, as soon as that light changed, the Busa took off. The Road King had a faulty light, so they held him back, let him go again. And as soon as that light changed for him, he dumped every bit of power he had right off the line, and that thing did a full fucking 180. Like, it completely caught everyone off guard. Like, he was okay, thankfully. The bike slid all the way down the track. Well, some ways. But we were just like sitting there agaw with our mouth dropped, like, did that really just happen? It's just been like events like that back to back. You see some of the craziest stuff out here. So we're going to be taking a little test ride on the LiveWire Del Mar. I am excited for this, actually. She just gave us a quick rundown on it. It's pretty straightforward. Has a front brake, has a back brake, and has a go. The only difference is there's no clutch. And specs are it has 192 or 96 foot-pounds of torque. So holy cow! I like the styling. So this will be fun. So turn this over. And we'll press start. And we're good. It's so light. Oh my gosh. What? Oh my lord. It's dead silent. Ooh, the brakes are really good too. This is so weird. There's no shifter. I just reached for a shifter. Holy cow, that was so quick. I haven't even given it any throttle yet. Oh my god, this is great. Okay, so to be fair, I think the only other electric thing I've ever ridden was Brian from Life on the Blacktops. He had a, oh, it was a Super 73, 72, I can't remember the number. Super cool though. Super cool. It's really comfortable. Oh my gosh. This isn't really a review either. Like, I'm just tagging along with Jess, and she asked me if I wanted to do this test ride this morning. I was like, absolutely, sure. Like I said, we were thinking about doing Devil's Tower, but the weather and the wind, and I just grabbed for a clutch again. So again, this has like 190 some foot-pounds of torque. It weighs 436 pounds. I think its overall range, they said, was something like 105. Which the range is a little concerning, but oh my gosh. I don't have a windshield, so it might be a little windy. It's so cool. It's weird not to hear any motor, just the wind noise. I think that's my only real complaint with electric motorcycles, is there's never going to be like an authentic sound. But I totally get it. Like, unfortunately, this is the future, is electric. Even if you have your own opinions, thoughts, logistical problems, I mean, it's happening. I'm actually surprised about how much input I actually have to put forward to make it turn. I don't know if that's because of the tracker wheels or what, but it actually feels slowish. I don't know, for me, coming from a Sportster with like all whopping like 37 horsepower, I think at this point anything feels fast to me, but this thing properly gets up to speed. It's pretty impressive. Well, while I'm out here, I can continue talking about Sturgis. Will I come back? Yeah, I think so. Maybe under different circumstances, to be honest. All the events that happened around the rally aren't really too big of an attraction for me. I'd like to come back probably during the off season again and go further out and explore more roads. Maybe not so much on a Sportster, but on a proper touring bike, because everything is very far out here. Just to come up to Deadwood, I mean, that was like 40 minutes or something. And you're talking about going up to Devil's Tower, that's an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. If you want to enjoy the ride on back roads, 2 hours. I need to take that into consideration the next time we come out. Is it all looks like this, and it is all very windy, if you can't tell. I'm fighting the wind right now. Oh, we're just pulling a Yui. All right. Me. Oh my god, that is crazy. It's so quick. I think that's the addicting part, is just being able to twist the throttle and it's just instantaneous torque and power. I think the one thing I didn't like about Sturgis, I really don't know if I want to address it or not. It's the stereotype. And it's like not just a Harley thing, it is just that stereotype of the guys that want to be reckless, they want to get f***ed up. And I get it, I mean, they advertise Sturgis as, hey, you want to come get drunk and fall asleep in the dirt? You can do it, and you can do it safely. And they're not wrong. I mean, it definitely happened. But I think that's where I find that this event isn't for me, and that's okay. But I also just don't understand the pull of Sturgis, because like I said, it's like Sturgis, it's town, it's okay, it's a hub, it's basically a center hub to go out and ride every other road around you, but every other road around you is an hour away. So if you want to come to Sturgis, just don't stay in Sturgis for Sturgis. You almost need to go out and experience the roads. And I mean, to be fair, there are a few events in Sturgis, but all of the party boys and everything, I mean, that's just, it's too much for me anyways. I'm too mellow for that. But I'm not here to like kill anybody's party. Like, this place was built on that, and it honestly probably should just keep doing that, because that's what it's got a reputation for. I can't really say I didn't enjoy Sturgis, but yeah, it just wasn't for me. But who knows, I'll probably be back for a different reason. Alrighty, well, I think I've ran out of things to talk about on this bike. I've kind of recaptured some of the stories from Sturgis in the previous week. It's funny, it's like there's so much that's happened, but it's like when you come down to explain it, it's hard to explain everything that happened. It really is something that I can't put completely into words. I can try to my best to retell some of the stories, but just the day-to-day activities and the in-between and the trips going from location to location, it is something you got to experience for yourself. And I mean, I know not everybody has the amount of time that I took off to do this, but even if you make it out for a couple of days or even a weekend, I think it's worth it. It definitely is worth it. You just gotta pick and choose what events you want to go to, and there's a lot of events, let me tell you. Well guys, I think that's where I'm gonna call it. If you've watched this far, I appreciate it. Hopefully you've enjoyed the recent couple of videos I've put out on Sturgis, and now I got to make the long 1,300-mile drive home in the toy hauler. So hopefully in the next video I will see you back in Ohio. And until next time, take it easy. I'm going to try out that throttle again.